let me get something straight. Vladimir Putin has no intention of ending this war until he says so. You see, their economy is flat on its face. Russia's having to sell its gold to fund the war. The only economy they got is oil and gas, which has been squeezed considerably by the sanctions and the blocking of the ships. But also, they have a wartime economy. What happens when their war stops? Well, their economy literally subsides. And they'll be even worse position than they are already. You see, they're getting help from all sorts of places. And yes, they can sell gold. We already know that China's helping them, don't we? But you see, it doesn't matter if the likes of Donald Trump, the traitor, whether he wants to have a deal with Putin or not with this 28 peace plan. A 28-point peace plan. We're heavily leaning towards what Putin wants. The whole of the Donbass, for instance. That's my dog in the background going, "Rrrr." Aren't you, bear? Oh, what's he like? And Ukraine gets nothing. Now, obviously, that's not palatable for Ukraine. They'll keep fighting. And why wouldn't they? You're going to say, well, people are dying, and they are. But they're not going to give up their country after so many people have lost so much. Please allow me just to give my dog a treat. Maybe you'll be quiet then. I don't know even if you can hear it. There you go. Sebastian. I'm a little bit. Oh, she's asleep. She is. That's good. That might shut him up. I don't know. Distracting. So, Steve Witkoff, and Jared Kushner, after the meetings with Rubio, what have you, and the Russian representatives, well, they headed to the Kremlin. All right, that's Jared Kushner. All right, the stepson of Donald Trump. Why the fuck is he there? Has he got security clearance or something? Anyway, there's Jared Kushner and Steve Witkoff pallying up, cozying up to Donald Trump's, how to put it, holder of the compromat on Donald Trump. Because we all know why Trump is obviously leaning towards Putin. He's juggling at the moment. He knows full well Putin has got a shitload of information and probably BP tapes of Donald Trump. I don't believe that's conspiracy theory at all. Not from what I've found out about the fact that there's a shitload of cameras on that bloody island, and there's some fairly compromising photographs that a certain journalist told us about. You know, he isn't innocent, all right? All you people out there who think Donald Trump is all a conspiracy, and no, it's not true. Trump wouldn't do it. He's the Messiah, but he's not. He's an evil, fake, and little bastard. That's what he is. So, to President Trump's advisor, Steve Witkoff, and Jared Kushner, well, they headed to the Kremlin. I'll tell you, this is an Axios, this is. I'll just see if I can bring that across to you there. Bear with me, I'm just going to have to change that, because for some strange reason, it's chopping half of it off. So let's get rid of that. Dunk. There we are. There we are. So, President Trump's advisor, Steve Witkoff, and Jared Kushner met with the Russian President, Vladimir Putin. Yeah, there they are. Having a lovely time. Oh, I can't see it on there, can you? Let me just see what's going on there. Oh my gosh, I get rid of that. It's a pop-up. Don't like pop-ups, shouldn't be there. There you go. There's Putin, alright. Jared Kushner, obviously Russians, and I don't know who this woman is. I don't know who she is at all. But anyway, They're all in a. Is that what you call the Oval Table office? No. Anyway, and they're trying to bash it and trying to convince Vladimir Putin. Now, they've agreed not to make any of these discussions public. We know why. We already know why. It's because there is business deals being negotiated, promises regarding sanctions, promises regarding certain assets, but also business deals that are there to benefit the Trump family. That's why Kushner's there. He's there to try and convince Vladimir Putin with the promise of this, that, and the other, and a couple of condos or something. I don't know. It is so blatantly corrupt. Meanwhile, Ukrainian people are losing their lives in defense of their country. It's disgusting. I'm sorry, but it is. It's really disgusting. I'm so to say disappointed is a little bit soft. I'm just the way Ukraine has been treated by Donald Trump and his lackeys is beyond the pale. Okay? And for those who voted for that shit stain, Donald Trump, well, you clearly haven't got a brain cell. Two brain cells rubbed together. You believe the man who's all he's done is lie all the way through his fucking life. Who'd sell his mother and probably pushed his wife down the bloody stairs. You know, I won't be a bit surprised whether it's true or not, I don't know. Alleged. So Putin's foreign policy advisor, Yuri Yushkashov, told reporters, that's all right, after the meeting concluded that it had been useful, constructive, and meaningful. And that's one of the comments that was made regarding Marco Rubio. But, you know, they were just sucking up to him. They were literally just sucking up to Putin on behalf of Donald Trump. Now, Yushkov said that the US side presented proposals on the issue of territorial control, but no compromise has been made yet, because Putin has insisted in the past that he wants the whole of the Donbass either through negotiation or by force. It's literally what he said. Anyway, Yushkov, I can't say it, Yushkov. Anyway, Mr. Kov said that Putin asked Witkoff and Kushner to convey a number of messages to Trump. We agree with our American colleagues not to disclose the substance of negotiations that took place. The discussion was confidential. Oh, I wonder why. Ukraine isn't present. The rest of the EU isn't, Europe isn't present, such as the European Union countries, or the United Kingdom. No one is present. Now, the big picture. The meeting in Moscow came after 2 weeks of intense diplomacy around Trump's plan, including 2 rounds of negotiations between the US and Ukraine. And Putin previously said that Trump's plan could be the basis of negotiations, but made clear that Russia's hardline demands for peace have not changed. Demands for peace. They're the aggressor, for Christ's sake. They're the ones who decide that, I know, we want that, and we're going to take it. That's what they basically said. Oh, you know, and I don't think Liz Truss, the Prime Minister, bought markets who was in for about 40 odd days, got beaten by letters. She didn't help. She went over there before she was the Prime Minister and spoke with Sergei Lavrov, and within 2 weeks they invaded, said, sod this, she's a fucking idiot. Pretty much what Lavrov said. Anyway, and then they invaded Ukraine. After saying they weren't going to. It was bloody obvious. They were mounting forces on the border. Now, Zelensky has said, okay, it's interesting, blah, blah, blah. And if an agreement can be made, he'll be going to meet Trump. That's just so Trump can get his, 2 pence worth in and say how great he is. I've negotiated 20 peace deals. I've stopped 20 wars. 20, 21, 18, no, 30, 100 wars. What the feck is going on with that man? He's a fucking lunatic. He ain't stopped one. Why ain't the press caught holding, Trump to account for the fact that the so-called deal with the other aggressors, Israel, that war started. It never stopped. The IDF did not stop. There was no ceasefire. It's a bloody joke, really. It's not a joke. It's not funny, is it? It's just people's lives are being lost. And don't get me wrong, I ain't got a problem with Israel. I've got a problem with the leadership in Israel. I'll just get that straight. Anti-Semite or something. I'm not. But I can't condone what's going on. These are war crimes. Just like Hegseth ordering a second attack. A second strike. Because there was 2 people still alive. Who were clinging on side the boat when, they should have been saved by law, international law, maritime law, War hasn't even been announced with Venezuela. Is it a war crime then, or is it literally just murder? So there you go. Let's get this straight. There ain't going to be a deal for Ukraine. And it certainly won't be, if there was, it wouldn't be in Ukraine's favour anyways. They're never going to agree to it. Why would they? Not something that is basically just handing it all over to Putin. Nobody wants to be under Putin's jackboot. Not jackboot. What are the boots called in Russia? I don't know. Big boots, all right? It's bear. Under Putin's bear. Or golden shower, I don't know, whatever. You tell me, please leave it in the comments down below, but please boot the old like button and maybe subscribe to the channel, because you get one passive in your pocket every time I upload another video. If you want to support the channel, you can do it on Patreon or buy us coffee, and the links down below. And I'd like to thank people who have been very kind recently. And somebody sent over a Christmas present by PayPal. And I was, God, that took me back. That it did. That was very, very, whoever it was very, 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 very kind. I knew it was because I got an email, but I wouldn't say obviously on here it is. But yes, thank you, much appreciated. It really is very kind. So have a lovely day, evening, night, whatever it is for you.